Cafe Avellino is a slice of heaven nestled into the picturesque coastline of historic Swampscott. With an amazing cook-to-order breakfast menu served all day, homemade pastries, and a wide variety of coffees, this is the perfect place to start your day. Lunch and dinner includes signature paninis, daily specials, and the option to BYOB. Head down to 242 Humphrey Street or call today at 781-584-4435. Now let's give it up for our host, Mr.
Monday! It's Monday.
Yeah!
Welcome to the I Love Monday show, the live show. Got my girl Kat here. How you doing?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah!
Klusky,
Yeah!
Klusky?
Love you, kitten!
How you doing tonight, Klusk?
I'm all right. I'm drying off. My refrigerator box that I live in washed away, so...
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
All right.
What happened? Cafe Avellino's our sponsor tonight. She's supposed to have meatballs. Where are they? It's all right. We had Dawn. She made us some nice pulled pork sandwiches.
Yeah!
All right. We're good right there. All right. Let's get right into shoot the shit here. What do we got tonight? All right. The arrest of America's most entitled ex-sorority girl. Dash cam footage shows drunk real estate agent, 32 years old, with bloodshot eyes, begging cops not to send her to jail because she's pretty, a thoroughbred, and white. What's up with this?
Sorority girls, those are only good when they're current sorority girls. When they're ex, it's just sad, right?
Yeah, she's 32, I mean.
Lauren Elizabeth Cutshaw was arrested Saturday in Bluffton, South Carolina. A police dash cam video captured her begging an officer not to arrest her because she's a pretty girl who graduated from an accredited university. The police report states that she also told the officer she was very clean, thoroughbred, and a white girl.
Like clean down below or like clean shaven?
Yeah, so the article kind of pitches it one way, like this girl's alluding to sex, which I believe at one point she might be.
Yeah.
But this is what the thoroughbred and pure thing kind of comes in when she gets close to the jail. And
The
she
girl's
thinks
got
she's
acne.
going
Look
in.
at
She's
her.
going in.
I mean, she's got acne all over her face.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what would be worse for her, getting a DUI or just having that mugshot out.
Right.
I think it's a mugshot.
Right. Yeah. She
I
looks
think
like
beer
crap.
goggles work in the rear view just as well as they do in a bar.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, she's like trying to use sex as a weapon. You know what I mean? She grabbed the cop's groin. Is that
She
true?
didn't grab his groin.
No?
That would have been like, assault or whatever. But she did say, is there anything I can do? Which is like, I mean, that's like a poor man's scriptwriter for a porno starter right there.
What college did she go to? Do we know?
At a highly accredited university.
An accredited college.
But I believe that her job
She got a
involved
credit.
her driving for that university in one capacity or another because she just kept mentioning, I work for a good school. I'll suck your dick.
I mean, how many
I'm
rosés?
paraphrasing, of
How many
course.
rosés do you think she had before she got that drunk?
She said that she had 2 glasses of wine.
I mean, her last name sounds like a
Bottles.
rich
The
family.
police asked.
Bottles.
He asked how big were they, and she said it's my birthday.
Yes.
Which I don't know if that's a size, but
I mean, she sounds like a rich family, like she comes from a rich family by her name, but I don't know if that's true. You know?
accredited university.
Things are going well for her.
All right, let's go to the next one here. Enough of this broad. All right, Good Housekeeping reveals a very risque 8-step guide to buying a perfect vibrator, including advice on price, material, and even the size.
Good Housekeeping is known for trusted reviews of household items. What better household item is there than the one you shove inside of your vagina? They have an 8-step guide on how to figure out which one to buy. It's not as interesting as the article might sound. It's just kind of interesting that it's in Good Housekeeping. You guys want to hear the 8 things you should consider before putting it in you?
What are the 8 things?
The model, size, price, material, appearance, the noise, the battery, storage, and whether or not it has a kickstand. That was 9, so you can figure out the last one.
Kickstand? Is that real?
No,
Just let me tell you something, guys. I want all the guys out there to know something. If your girl's got a vibrator and she's using it when you're not home, number 1, she's thinking of someone else.
Yep.
And number 2, you're not giving it to her right. So it's your own fault if she's got one, right?
I mean, if that's what Good Housekeeping says.
I mean, that's what I say. I'm a good friggin' housekeeper.
Yeah.
I mean, now, do men have G-spots?
I mean, McCluskey would be better able to answer that.
I don't know anything about that, but I believe that the only thing better that a vibrator has than me is an off switch, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's the one thing that makes you...
Seems like vibrators are popular lately.
Yeah, lately, because Good Housekeeping is talking about them.
All right, we got a video for this next one. What's this next one? It's Shocking moment. Bull gores man with its horns and throws him into the air as he stands in a doorway to watch traditional Spanish festival where the huge animals run through the city streets.
Oh my God, we have Tres Delinquentes playing right now. I like this. First of all, the shocking moment that a cornered animal in an alley gored a man with its horns. Yeah, I guess that's what happened. This is some festival. There's all these kids. They look like they're under 18 running around, except for this guy who painted the ground red right there. He's okay, I guess. Why do people do this?
He wasn't okay.
They should forget about the vibrators and just use the horns on these things.
I mean, it's probably just as much blood, I think.
I love watching this. This only happens annually?
Annually, through the mouth, through the vaginally.
But it should happen every week.
However, it's not up to you. It's up to the bull.
It should happen every week in this country. Seriously, I love this. I love when the bull's whacking people around the streets.
Typically, the bull kind of takes control of the situation, and you're at the mercy of the bull.
I mean, that guy probably deserved it for standing where he stood.
How many bulls do they let go?
All of them.
Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, all of them.
Dennis Rodman.
The whole,
Yeah, Rodman's probably good at this
Dream
game.
team
He loves horns. All right, next here. Bolivian president's priceless medal and sash are stolen from a guard's car while the officer visits a brothel.
Lieutenant Roberto Ortiz was delivering the regalia to President Evo Morales. He visited a brothel in La Paz, and when he got back to the car, the items were gone. The police found the items later when they were dumped in a portico of a church. Apparently, he had the family jewels stolen while they were being sucked.
Mm-hmm.
What's a brothel? Soup? Or is it like...
No, a brothel's like, it's where gentlemen go to smoke cigars, talk about sports, and come home hungry.
Now, are those illegal in Bolivia?
I believe they're very legal because he was very open that this wasn't the only brothel that he visited. He visited several, and when he came back, someone had gone through his bag. I believe they must have done the same thing in the brothel.
Now, isn't Bolivia like down South America? It's like a big coke country, isn't it? Cocaine?
I mean, well, it's a big brothel country.
Come on, Colin.
Not
There's
big
no
on
small
security.
cocaine countries. You all know that.
I mean, it's just more embarrassing for him that he had to pay for sex.
Not really. He's the president. You don't have to pay for it. You have a guy that does
See what
that.
happens? These guys think about get irresponsible.
Bolivia pays for that.
Getting sex, paying for sex. They get irresponsible. The regalia gets stolen.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a little unfair to think that he was maybe getting sex. Like some guys just cuddle.
Could be having a conversation. That's right. You're right.
Is that what you do?
No.
All right. Last but not least, the Italian ant job. Video shows tiny insects making off with precious diamonds inside the shop. What do we got here?
Even the insects in Italy are thieves, apparently. This viral video captures an ant walking off with a large diamond. Can you believe that? This is a jeweler's store, and apparently they don't clean up after themselves. They have an ant problem, and they're getting rich. This ant can lift, 20,000 times the size of its weight? I'm sure that's not accurate, but let's just go with that.
So, this got an expensive diamond right there.
It is.
That's worth probably $5-10 grand, I'd say. I mean, I don't know.
What do you
Not
think?
a jeweler.
What do you think the ant's going to do with it? Propose to another ant?
I think that ant messed up big time with its girlfriend, and then it stole that diamond to make it up to her.
Oh, that's a good
Right?
point. That's a good point. There's a couple flaws in that diamond, though, right
That
there.
could be a what are those little robot things called now? That could be like technology. This could be like Ocean's 13 or something.
I mean, that's
Did
just
they
a
make
dirty
that?
place. Why is it so dirty on his desk that there are ants crawling around?
Kat, we told you this is an Italian jeweler's.
That's right.
Yeah, they're dirty. Dirty people.
Oh, okay.
They're Italian jewelers.
Yeah. That makes
Most
sense.
jewelers are. All right. Check out a word from our sponsor, Martha Bagley Law. When we come right back, we're going to have a Skype interview with our good friend, Tony Siragusa.
Yeah!
Thank you.
Bagley Esquire is a lawyer specializing in family law, divorce, litigation planning, and negotiation and settlements. With 2 convenient locations, Bagley Law in Salem and Weston Patrick in Boston, Martha is the choice for the Massachusetts Seacoast. Going through a divorce can be one of the hardest things we have to do. Don't make it harder than it has to be. Call 978-745-0066 today.
Here I am with consummate ball breaker, Tony Siragusa. Big football star, movie star, Super Bowl champion. Career, what about your career with Fox?
Are you reading? Wait, listen to me.
No, I'm not reading.
Off the teleprompter. You are, man. It's all that hair dye you got, man. All that hair. You got your hair dyed.
I can't really read. I can't really read. It's sign
Bush
language.
that was hanging out of your nose the last time I saw you. What, you get your nose waxed?
Yeah, I did. I can breathe a lot better.
Unbelievable, man.
You should get your nose waxed. Try it out.
Go ahead, finish. Finish reading my Google profile. Go ahead. I'll give you a couple minutes. Go ahead, let me know when you're done.
So,
Tony Siragusa was on Man Cave. Go ahead.
hey, whatever happened? Whatever happened to Man Cave?
We're done. 170 shows. How would you think you do? Like 500 shows?
170 shows? I only saw about 20 of them.
Well, maybe if you paid your cable bill, maybe you get the rest.
Who was your favorite Man Cave to do?
Snoop was pretty good.
What'd you do for him? A car? Was that a car you did for him?
Nah, we did he said he wanted like a shed, but he just wanted to go in there. That's where he smoked his weed.
Oh, he smokes?
Shed.
He smokes weed?
No. Yeah, of course he smokes weed. What do you mean?
Does he grow it?
Yeah, California, yeah. And he has pit bulls protecting it and stuff. He puts the pit bull shit on the weed, and it makes it more potent.
Is really?
Yeah, that's what he told me.
He's fucking soft.
He is. That was a fun one. We did a lot of good ones, man. We did a lot of good ones.
He did a whole. I can't believe he did 170. That's a ton.
That's a lot, man. It's a lot. But go ahead, finish your thing. What else about me?
So what about your son? Your son's going to play at Villanova, playing football. Now,
Right.
are you nervous about him getting concussions and getting injured, and you worry about that stuff?
Well, yeah. I mean, every father, worries about his kids getting injured. Mother, but you just got to teach them the right way. You don't stick your head in there. You don't sacrifice your head to make a tackle. You tackle him low, tackle his legs. You don't try to smash into something. Some of these guys are soft, especially up where you live in the Hunt and all that area up there. Lynn, those guys, they just run into walls and stuff. You can't do that kind of stuff.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have a concussion? Do you have a concussion right now?
Yes, I do.
I thought you might.
You making fun of it? You making fun of me?
Not at all. I'm just saying you seem like you might have a concussion.
Right. I see. Why?
So-
I seem a little punchy. I seem a little punchy to you.
A little bit.
Huh?
A little screwed up.
Mr. Tuesday. All right. What? What'd you say? What are you doing there? You got these hearts in the background. What's happening?
We love Mondays up here. Don't you? Aren't you a huge fan of Mondays?
I do like Mondays.
Why?
I like every day.
But why do you like Mondays more than other days?
Because when you're down the beach on Mondays, everybody f***ing leaves, and we're here by ourselves. It's nice and quiet. You don't get all the idiots like the weekend warriors. So I get nice relaxation day on Mondays down here.
Right? No one's around.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, everyone goes home.
Now, when you were playing pro football, were you a fan of Mondays?
Yeah, because Tuesday was our day off. That was a drinking day, Mondays.
You're a big drinker, huh?
No, but everybody else would drink. I mean, I drank a little wine, a little couple cocktails every now and then. Why, you a big drinker? You drink?
What do you got for a story for me about Indianapolis and, like, guns? I want to know some stuff about guns and guys and stuff that went on out there. Tell me a good story.
Well, what kind of story? I don't know if you want to hear these stories.
I want to hear one story about the guns in Indianapolis because I remember a couple incidents.
We used to have, when I played with the Colts, right, in the early 90s, we had a guy who used to be in our parking lot. And after practice, he used to walk in the parking lot. He would open his trunk and say, "What do you guys want?" And he would have automatic weapons, handguns, grenades, anything you wanted. It was like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, you give the guy a couple hundred and you walk home with guns. Like, it was so, it was incredible.
It's like buying fireworks.
Worse. I mean, no one even gave a shit. It was unbelievable. So I one day I remember, who was it? I forgot who the guy was, but he went out hunting and he brought back his shotgun. And so I went out and the guy was out in the parking lot. And after practice, I bought like 2 AR-15s. I bought an AK-47, 2 shotguns, a 410, and a couple 22s. And I put them in my locker. And then I had to go work out. Nobody ever said that. I even said anything.
You could do that today.
Yeah, okay. You get a Nerf gun. You get a Nerf gun now, and all of a sudden they're protesting. Yeah, these fucking people. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable. But back then, it was like completely different. You know, you didn't have people shooting each other and all this. A gun was a gun. You know what I'm saying? You had people who were responsible, who knew what the hell they were talking about. Weren't like let me go shoot somebody. You know, they've got to make bigger penalties. If you shoot somebody and you have like one of those mass, shootings and stuff. I mean, they should throw a guy in a pool full of like boiling oil or something like that. Melt them.
I agree. Suffer.
Scumbags.
They are scumbags. Now, what was it like being from the East Coast, New Jersey guy? Then you went out to Indianapolis. Was that a huge culture shock?
Yeah, it was. It's crazy because my family would come and visit me and stuff like that. And, like, everybody would say, "Hey, good morning." And my parents would be like, "Oh, who the f*** is that guy? What's he doing? What's he want?" Like, people were really nice. And I lived out there for 7 years. So I was like, started being, "Hey, what's going on?" I would come home. I'd be embarrassed. I would be like, "Hey." So they'd like, "Oh, let's go out to dinner." No, I don't want to go to dinner with you people. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it was embarrassing.
Yeah, Midwesterners are so nice compared to the East Coast people. Everyone gives you dirty looks. They want to fight.
Yeah,
right.
Listen, my neighbor came over. Like, my uncle was staying with me. My neighbor was, he was outside doing his lawn and stuff, so he decided to cut my lawn. My uncle went out there with a bat, was going to, like, bust him over the head. "The f*** you doing ruining our lawn?" Oh, come on. He's trying to cut our lawn, being a nice guy and stuff like that. "Hey, he's going to burn it. It's too short." Or like something. I was like, Jesus Christ. Go home.
Uncle Marty's bigger than you, too. He's a monster. Big guy.
He is. Big. I don't even know why he used a bat. He didn't even need a bat.
What NFL coach, what guy should have got a shot at an NFL job and never did, like, that you knew, that you felt like, hey, this guy really should have had a shot to get a full-time gig and never got the opportunity?
Oh, man.
You must know a few.
Yeah, I know a lot. A lot of the guys that I thought were going to be head coaches became head coaches.
Right.
Let's see. Greg Blanche was in Indianapolis with me. He was my defensive line coach. They actually offered him the Colts head coaching job. And then he went home and told his wife, and then the next day they hired somebody else.
Oh,
which
Jesus.
is really, really messed up. But there's, I think it's good to get, like, some of the players who played back in the day. Like, I like seeing, I think Darryl Johnston, who I was with on Fox.
Right.
I think he would be a good GM.
Right.
I think they need to get more players back into the sport instead of these guys who, like, have like calculator protectors in their pocket. And they think they know the game. You got to build the game. You can't just go by numbers. You got to go by people.
Right.
That's why Ozzie Newsome does so well at the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? He was a player. He gets the players. He knows how to build a locker room. That's very important. That people don't take into consideration anymore. They just think, "Oh, this guy's 6'5", he runs a 4.7. I'm going to get him." They give him $100 million, and he ain't worth a shit. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's like building a family through the locker room.
It is. Belichick knows what he's doing up there in Boston, where you are. I mean, that's what he does. He gets the most out of the players. He knows how to go and put his thumb on them and make them, go and produce.
Speaking about Belichick, now, you think you could have been able to play for him?
No.
No way, huh?
No way. I mean, listen, we all have our things. I follow rules, but I cut corners a little bit, and everything. I'm just, I couldn't go like, "Oh, I got to be here at 8:00. All right, if I get there 8:15, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
You're an Italian from New Jersey, of course not.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Now, so
Ridiculous.
The year 2000, you guys had arguably one of the best defenses in the history of football.
No. You edit that out. Edit. That's an edit right there. Okay, we have the best defense ever to play the game.
What, better than the 85 Bears?
Yeah, the 85 Bears had an offense. Look at their offense.
Okay.
Name five guys on our offense at the Ravens in 2000.
The quarterback?
No. Right there, you got to edit in some crickets. See, crickets right now. Right?
We will.
I mean, you had Trent Dilfer. Trent's a good guy, but he couldn't throw a 30-yard out.
Right.
I mean, let's be honest. Right? Jamal Lewis, I mean, he was a good running back. I mean, we had a half, Jonathan Ogden was our left tackle, but our other part of our line was not. Name a receiver. I can't even name a receiver. I don't even remember who our receivers were.
Well, you never knew anyone's name other than like Eddie Toner and Jason Belzer on any
That's
teams
it.
you were ever on. That was it.
That's all the only guys that I like.
And John Ray.
Yeah, Big John Ray. That's the only human I ever know who drank a whole keg by himself. These kids want to do keg stands.
Wait a second.
Forget about it. He
Wait
used
a
to get the
second, what?
keg thing. Remember the keg had the hose and the little thing you push and you get the beer comes out?
Yeah.
He used to stick one in his nose, one in his mouth, and suck down a half a keg in 15 minutes.
Right. That guy is something else.
Oh my God. I love that guy.
So do you think like the Ravens defense of 2000 could beat the best Patriots offensive team that they've had in the last 15 years?
Yeah.
Come on.
You
think so?
You want to ask
Would've-
me again? We'll start over. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
The 2017 with Randy Moss, Wes Welker, and Brady.
Yes.
Corey Dillon is a running back.
I don't care. Listen to me. There wasn't a running back in 3 years that ran over 100 yards on us. So let's take the run game totally out of the equation. Okay? Totally out of the equation. Yes. I wish they had that little computer. Remember they had them computers where you could put like, this Bear offense against that one's defense.
Yeah, right. They still got that.
Listen,
you can get that somewhere.
I mean, come on, 4 or 5 shutouts. I mean, who does that anymore? Right?
Jesus, huh?
Who does that? Come on, 168 points the whole season. What are we doing?
I actually feel like Ray Lewis getting in the Hall of Fame, you had a lot to do with that. That's how I feel.
You know, a lot of people feel that way, and I'm sure he does too. You know, they work together. You know, there's some guys who, listen, he's a great playmaker. We just helped him. You know, his first year when we weren't there, he struggled a little bit, didn't make the Pro Bowl, and then we helped him out a little bit. That's all.
Did you go to his Hall of Fame ceremony?
Yes, last weekend. Yes.
How was that?
It was great. Let me tell you something. I never, you watch that stuff on TV, and you're like, oh, I'm going to go and. I'm not really too interested, whatever. And I went out there, and it was amazing. I love the speeches.
Right.
And I thought Terrell Owens is a complete asshole for not going there. I mean, he had an opportunity to go and say he had a platform where he had the everybody was watching. He could say whatever he wanted. Instead, he just doesn't go. He boycotts. I mean, what an idiot. His great grandkids are going to be like, oh yeah, Grandpa T.O. He was in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I think he is.
Right.
Let's watch his speech. No, in the end, nothing. Bozo.
Hey, at least he stayed consistent to the way he was because he was like that when he played.
Exactly.
And he's like that right up until the end.
And Randy Moss, I'll tell you what, he did a great job.
He's
Dawkins, Urlacher, Ray. I mean, I think all of them had something in their speeches that young kids could go and learn from. That's what I liked.
Well, that's important.
Yeah, very important.
I was talking to Rex Ryan one time at one of your functions.
Right.
And he told me if Tony had good knees, he would have been a Hall of Famer.
Oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Right.
If I had a vagina, I'd be an ant, right?
Right.
There you go.
if you had a vagina, it'd be stretched out.
I'd be showing everybody. I was in a big 70s. Unbelievable. What else is on your list? What else you got?
Spike Lee. All right, the 25th Hour.
Yeah, that's my show. Yeah, I did
now,
that.
what about? Did he ever want to do any other movies with you?
No. After Spike Lee, I did the 25th Hour. Then they called me and they wanted me to do The Longest Yard. Remember that came out?
Yeah,
the remake of The Longest Yard.
Right.
And I go, yeah, this might be cool. Adam Sandler and everything like that. Talked to those guys, and they said you got to move to New Mexico for 2 months. I don't even know where New Mexico is. I'm not moving to New Mexico for 2 months. What are you, out of your mind? They want me to go train or something like that. I said, listen, if you're paying me $2 million, I'll think about it.
Right.
I'll go back and play. I mean, we get 2 months for The Longest Yard. I think I broke his freaking neck, something stupid like that. So I decided not to do that. And then, I got into the Fox thing and, did a couple, the TV show Man Caves. And then, I'm happy where I'm at right now. I might start getting back into acting a little bit now that I got some free time. We'll see. Yeah,
I think you should. I really do. A lot of people think you should.
Yeah, it's tough, leaving here, though. Look at this, huh?
That is pretty tough.
Look at that on the table right there. Salute American Vodka. That's the best.
So that's the Jersey Shore where you are right now.
Yeah. Why aren't you saying anything about Salute American Vodka?
What about? It's Italian. Is that Italian vodka?
No, that's my vodka company.
Oh, we'll talk about it. Tell us about
Yes,
it.
Salute American Vodka. What we did was me and a couple of my friends got together. We bought a vodka company.
Lost connection. Oh, I think his phone went dead. Well, it looks like Goose just cut out. Maybe he went to drink some of that vodka he's talking about. Maybe he ate his phone. I'm not sure, but we'll catch up with him in a couple weeks. He did a great job. Very engaging today. All right, everyone. I want you to check out this next commercial you're going to see. Ciao.
Have you been suffering from back pain, neck pain, or overall discomfort? Are you looking for instant relief and, more importantly, preventing future pain? Then it's time to head down to a Touch of Health Chiropractic Wellness Center in Swampscott today. Whether it's stress relief, posture improvement, mood elevation, immune system boost, or just sleeping better at night, it's time to call Dr. Amar at 781-592-7600.
Welcome back. Too bad Goose cut it out there, but we'll get him on the show again. Something we've missed on Shoot the Shit was someone stole a plane. It was like a plane crash, and someone in Seattle. What was that all about?
Yeah, there was a stunning heist of a commercial airliner on Friday night in Seattle. Ruled out as a terrorist, this most recent airline hiccup has showed even more gaps in aviation security. After his shift ended at a baggage claim, 29-year-old Richard Russell stole a passenger plane and flew it for over an hour. He's doing barrel rolls here, he's doing flips, and then he killed himself. He flew that thing into an island and he burned himself up pretty bad. What was going through this guy's head?
I mean, he's a baggage claim guy and he stole a plane.
He finished his shift. He walked over to the first open cockpit and he took off.
It's not like he stole a bus. I mean, the guy stole a plane.
He stole a plane.
He was contacted by the people in the the aviation towers saying like, "What's going on? Do you need help?" And he basically said, "No, I'm cool. I've played a lot of video games." That's an actual quote.
Yep.
Millennial.
I think
29?
29.
I think flying an airplane is just like playing video games. Nailed it.
He was doing barrel rolls. The guy flew for over an hour.
Jeez.
He probably learned how to steal a plane on YouTube.
I mean, I don't think it's... Maybe the taking off isn't too hard, and maybe the flying apparently isn't the most difficult part, but I don't think he nailed the landing.
No. I think doing the announcements is probably the hardest part, right? Like, we'll be flying at 30,000 feet. I don't like talking in front of people.
Just think, we have to go to the airport and take our shoes off and belts off and go through all the security, and somehow that guy got a job there and then took a plane.
He deserved to die, by the way.
No, he did.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. The guy deserved to croak.
Sounds like he had some baggage.
Aww.
Did they find his body?
Yeah, in the plane.
It was glued to the thrust mechanism.
Would he put crazy glue on the seat before he got in it? That's a hell of a way to go.
I think maybe hitting the ground going. How fast.
All right, what do we got for some fan out? What do we got going on here?
All right, you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
The first one is from Jimbo from Tuscaloosa. It's entitled "Men Don't Wear Capris," and it's an ode to one of our most popular web series, Be a Man. Mm-hmm. I like this one. This one looks great.
Wow. Look at how he looked. I mean, this kid's not a great artist. It's really out of proportion. I mean, he makes Harmon look like big, like maybe Harmon's doing curls on his left side, but not his right side at the gym.
I mean, he looks jacked out of his mind, because he's such a man.
He looks really grim. He's looking really.
Well, he doesn't
grim.
smile because he's a man.
I think they're trying to capture the manliness of everything. Do you know what I mean?
Someone bashed him in the head with a bazooka.
I think it's pretty good for a sixth grader. I think it's pretty good.
He was born beautiful, so that kid nailed it.
Kind of looks like an octopus on his shirt.
Oh, God. All right, what's the next one we got here?
The next one up is highlighting former co-host and frequent show contributor Dr. Alcatraz. His CBDs are not only growing by the day, but his products are helping people daily. This picture is from Diane from Danvers. She was having epileptic seizures until she was cured by Dr. Alcatraz.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do they take for epileptic seizures?
I'm not actually sure. Do we have anybody?
Is
there a doctor in the house?
Can you come in, Dr. Alcatraz?
Yeah!
What's going on, Mr. Monday? How you doing? Hi,
So
Kat.
you're like curing seizures now? Like, I mean,
Absolutely.
You're up for the Nobel Prize, I heard.
Yeah, I recommend for the epileptic, for the seizures, take
Tell me what happens here.
Take my famous tincture. You're going to be all set. Believe me.
So what do they do? They cure seizures?
Absolutely. Seizures, all that. It's all going to be cured.
I'm not even going to ask you if you know what a seizure is. Thank you for coming up.
All right. You know what? I got patience anyway.
All right,
I don't need you.
You're not that patient.
That tincture is a miracle, but try getting your wife to put her tongue on your tincture. She won't do it.
Never does.
Never does.
That picture nails exactly what he does to gummy bears, anyways. The way he feels them up. Thank you, Diane.
Yeah, that's a good picture. That's a good picture
all
right
the way
there.
in.
You guys ready for the third one?
Yeah, what do we got for the
This
third
one's
one?
great. This is from a younger kid. This is an image of Mr. Monday teaching in a classroom. Some people love Mondays so much that they think it should be added to the school curriculum. This is courtesy of Dick Baker from Newton.
I had to go talk to a bunch of junior high kids about the Monday movement, and they would give me a hard time. I gave them the finger. Some kid took a shot of it, a screenshot, and then they drew a picture.
They drew a picture.
I mean...
Well, like I said, it looks like little Dickie Baker drew a picture of you with two little Dickie Bakers right up there.
I know. I hated giving the finger to the kids, but, you know.
I posted some pictures at that same junior high, and they made me leave. They made me put my clothes on in a rush, and I had to just be walked out of the door. They weren't very nice.
That's not. He didn't even draw
really weird
notes
with
on
kids.
your face.
They don't let me near them. I'm not allowed near schools.
Good instincts.
Yeah. You guys ready for another one?
Let's see it.
Let's do another one. A few weeks ago, we had serial entrepreneur Peter Rogel on the show. His tale of floating beer cans in the ocean, referred to as Budfish, left such an impression on Zach, who's 21 years old. We made sure, because we don't want to be promoting this.
That might be his kid.
He's from Maine, and he graced us with this wonderful illustration. Check this out. This is the Budfish of Hampton Beach.
So the guy tripped out, this billionaire, tripped out on acid, came up with the same Budfish. Now he's a billionaire.
Now he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
What do you think you have to use for bait to catch that? Like college boys?
Frat kids.
Frat kids, yeah.
Frat kids.
That's a good point. That's good.
Why, Baldy?
I think Pete was probably pretty boring before this, and then this kind of enlightened him. He tripped out in acid, got really smart, became an entrepreneur.
Spirit walk with
here
an
we
Indian,
are.
you find yourself, and then you go make it in the world. Yeah.
What do we got next?
Next is a couple people that have already made it in the world. The last one is from Kato in Japan, and she loves the Monday show, but she can't seem to pick which co-host she likes the best. So she's created this choose your own adventure screen where you can choose your own favorite co-host.
Wait, is that somebody's child in there?
There's Figgy, Machine Gun Mike, and Kat.
That's nice.
Wait a second.
The baby!
Yeah, who's the little person?
Either Machine Gun Mike's
Mike.
wearing a cat hat or this person can't draw. I'm not sure how this.
Yeah, this person doesn't know how to draw proportionately.
I don't know. That's
Mr.
pretty
Monday,
accurate.
Mr.
He's that
Monday.
short.
This is an interesting
that
question. Who do you pick?
I thought about a roll.
Who do I pick?
Yeah, you have to.
Who's my favorite co-host?
Yeah, who are you gonna pick?
Well, tonight Kat's my favorite co-host.
She's been the best co-host.
You know, tonight. If Mike was here, he'd be my favorite co-host. And if Figgy was here, I mean, Figgy's my man. Come on, from way
That
back.
is.
I mean, I
That
got to
is.
go with Figgy all the way. But they're all great.
I'd pick Sir Richard Flushing still.
I mean, if I was going to go in a foxhole, I think I would take Machine Gun Mike, though, because he's the smallest one.
It's
You
true.
know, I'd have more room in
Accurate.
there. You know?
I look like I'm wearing a green do-rag. See that?
Hey, so let's talk about these floods. What happened? There was some flooding going on yesterday?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Animals were walking 2 by 2, and if you didn't have a boat, you were in trouble. Anybody get any water in their basement?
No, I didn't. I didn't get anything. Did you? Those crazy rains yesterday?
I was fine. My friends over at Bentwater Brewing got hit pretty hard, but I know they're working hard to dig themselves out of that hole.
Too bad.
Make some great beer after this, but
They got any sales on beer now?
it's free.
Maybe
Just stop by and pick it up.
If they come out with a flavor called gutter water, stay away from that.
Yeah. It's a different type of sluice juice.
No, I love Pearl. I'm a big Pearl fan.
Yeah.
So I want to thank Goose for calling in tonight. He was great. Round of applause for that guy. Next week we have 2 guests next week. And
I love 2 guests!
we have 2 guests, the sportscaster legend, Chris Collins.
Yeah!
And reggae artist, Mystic, Mighty Mystic.
Mighty Mystic!
Mighty Mystic.
All mercy!
And this weekend, what you got to do, you got to go to Ghibli's. There's a sidewalk sale, a tent sale.
tent sale.
All right?
That's it!
So just go up there and buy some nice Italian clothes. Go see Dimitri.
Those clothes were so
The Elvis
nice.
Presley wannabe. He's up there.
Sleeping
He's actually over here tonight. He's combing his hair, as usual.
I heard he measures a nice inseam.
He does. Oh, yeah. He grabbed my package one time
Yeah.
by accident. Not a big deal. But look,
Servants!
but just remember, hey, great show tonight. Thank you. Just remember, Monday isn't just a day that comes after Sunday. It's a lifestyle, all right? So on 3, we're going to count and yell Monday as loud as we can and go home.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3.
Come and get your tank tops! Universal sizes, 1 fits all! Get your dress shirt for your summer wearing! Get your summer tank tops! Gray or black! Black makes you look thin. Get your tank top, summer's coming. And your thousands of tank tops to sell. Let's go, the summer's here. Summer's here. Summer's here. You want to get a suit coat for the summer? For your summer wedding? Let's go! I Love Monday t-shirts back in stock. We shelved it up. Monday hoodies on sale. Buy a bunch of them. Flat print breaking balls hats like the millennials wear. Wedding season's coming. Get your dress shirt. The original I Love Monday t-shirt. Let's go, you scumbag.